Hi guys, I'm Skilla and this is Nerd Stuff with Skilla. Today the 8th episode of the 3rd season of Rick and Morty came on. It was called Morty's Mind Blowers and it is our season's replacement for Interdimensional Cable TV. I bought a t-shirt so that I could wear it while watching this episode because I love me some Rick and Morty, okay? This episode is pretty crazy. Morty looks into the eyes of a turtle that lets him know everything. This episode we get a nice little Sandman reference cameo from Dream from the Sandman series by Neil Gaiman, which of course I love, and it was really cool to see that. And after that, Rick takes him into a basement area that contains all of the memories that he's had to wipe from Morty's brain over the years. The entire episode is us just seeing Morty have different memories plugged into this helmet that he has on. Some of the memories are memories that Morty needed to have removed from his brain, and some of them are memories that Rick wanted to have removed for him. Some of the memories are things that, like, his family did something really jacked up. There's one point where Beth immediately picks Summer's life over Morty's life without even thinking about it, and clearly she wanted that to be removed from his memory. During this episode, they get into a scuffle because Morty's realizing all of the times that Rick took a memory away from him because Rick didn't like that Morty got the best of him, or Rick, skied into a tree. And he just doesn't want to have those memories in Morty's head of him showing weakness. They have a scuffle, and they both have their entire memories wiped, and the rest of the episode is Morty trying different memories to try and figure out who he is and who Rick is, and he's becoming very upset because these are all of the worst parts of Rick. And we see Morty just constantly put into peril during a scene where he's just flipping between different memories. And he decides that Rick is probably not the best thing for him. And eventually Summer comes in and saves the day. She has a key on her at all points in time just in case this happens, opens up a box and then fixes both of them. And then we see one commercial for House Hunters, which is a show about hunters who are hunting animated houses on Interdimensional Cable TV. Rick and Morty both have no idea what has happened, so they both just start cussing at her and being mean to her. We've been getting hints throughout this whole season that Summer knows a lot more about stuff that Rick does than what's been let on before. In this episode, she knows exactly how to solve the problem, and in a previous episode, she knew where to find different things in Rick's garage. So I'm really excited to see the one-off episode she gets where she has her full episode to herself, just like Jerry got his episode, and next week I believe Beth's going to get her whole episode, where I hope that's what's happening and it's not just a false lead-in for like a cold open. I'm excited to see Summer get her whole own episode. That's pretty much where the episode ends. The after credits scene is Jerry picks up Jerry's Mind Blowers helmet. He walks into the garage and sees it there, and then he puts it on and it's a recreation of E.T., and Jerry, of course, drops the ball like he always does. And he was supposed to deliver the alien to the location to have him sent back home, but he's just kept him locked inside of his car. During this scene, we see Jerry's super sad apartment, and the only decoration he has on his entire wall is a callback to a previous episode where he just has one poster on his wall, and it's a Titanic poster, because Jerry's that guy. There's another interesting couple of bits that my friend Pat pointed out while we were watching this episode. There's a tag at the beginning of the episode for the man on the moon that Morty sees. He sees a man on the moon, and then that man becomes his new guidance counselor, and he accuses him of being the man on the moon, and the Principal Vagina's like, thinks that it's secret code for a child molester. He accuses the guy of that, and then the guy like kills himself. His tag on his car says SATF1V3, which I believe is a reference to the Saturn V rockets that put men on the moon. And I wouldn't have noticed that if my friend hadn't pointed it out. And then later on in the episode, I'm pretty sure there's an animation continuity error, unless they put it in there on purpose for some reason. But there's a shot of Rick picking up one of these little tubes off the floor, and it's purple when he picks it up, and then it's blue in the next frame when it cuts to him like continuing his sentence. There's not really any room for him to switch them out or any reason for him to have. So I just thought that was interesting that there was probably an animation error in this episode, and you don't really see that a lot in Rick and Morty. I believe we get a snippet of the female Gazorpians in the menagerie, and that's the only alien that I noticed in there that was from a previous episode. There's probably some more that I didn't notice. Comment down below if you saw somebody else in the menagerie Morty mind blower, if you noticed another character from another episode that I missed. Overall, I thought this episode is pretty fun. Maybe not quite as fun as Interdimensional Cable TV, but definitely gives us a lot more depth on how much Rick really, like, just screws Morty over and over and over and over again. And Morty just gets those memories taken away. So sometimes maybe in the opening sequence, maybe we're seeing snippets of pieces of Morty's memory that have been taken out. That never actually make it into the storyline because they go on so many classic Rick and Morty adventures. So give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Comment down below if you noticed some pieces of this episode that were kind of snuck in there that I didn't see. And subscribe if you want to hear me talk some more about some nerdy things. Thank you so much for watching.